Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. In essence, Lakshmi consists of consciousness and matchless bliss, pure like space. And the old ancient texts say that if we have Lakshmi, we have everything. Lakshmi does not only bestow us with spiritual and material abundance, but she is the source of the abundance. And Lakshmi manifests in those who are using the gifts that they have and talents for the service of others. So when we are completely stuck in the world of Maya, in the world of illusion, when we are battling our own negative patterns, it is very, very difficult to align with abundance, because Lakshmi is life-sustaining, she's life-preserving. Lakshmi is also associated with Kriya Shakti, action, so she is active. She is not stuck in the lower frequencies of complacency, inertia, laziness. She loves to be active, and she loves to create. And when we are just beginning our awakening journey, it is Goddess Durga who helps us to rise above those lower patterns. In the Muladhara chakra, so this is the root chakra, there is no joy, there is not much pleasure, because Lakshmi is also associated with everything that makes this life enjoyable. And when we are living in a survival mode, when we are battling a serious illness, when we are in a poverty and lack consciousness, so there's like no enjoyment. We can't access all these beautiful qualities of Lakshmi. So it is Goddess Durga that helps us to awaken the Kundalini Shakti, which is in the root chakra, and it is Lord Ganesh, the elephant god, who is the guardian of the Kundalini chakra. And not Kundalini chakra, Muladhara chakra of the root chakra, where the Kundalini resides. So once it begins gradually to rise, this is where we have some degree of awareness, where we begin to understand, all right, I have certain gifts that I can use for the service of others. So I'm not just here to fulfill my selfish desires, so I'm not stuck anymore in the egoic consciousness. When the Shakti energy rises, at least I would say to the second or third chakra. So the shift happens in the heart chakra. So Lakshmi also represents an open and pure heart. So this is also where I begin to see beyond the fence. So I'm not concerned anymore about just pleasing myself or satisfying my desires, but I'm actually seeing that there's so much in the world that I can do. So there's many beings that can benefit greatly from the service I provide. And Lakshmi is often associated also with water, and she's not wasting any resources. She's very generous, but she's not wasting any resources. So these are all attributes of Lakshmi. She lives a holistic life. That means she has a holistic awareness. Lakshmi, an individual who embodies the Lakshmi qualities. This is someone who would eat healthily. This is someone who would live in a very clean and pure environment, because Lakshmi manifests in spaces where it is very clean. This is someone who would also be interested in creating something that preserves life. And the old ancient mystics, so my spiritual name, by the way, is Shri Lakshmi, and Shri represents auspiciousness, and the old reference referred to Lakshmi as Shri. in early Vedic hymns, Shri is who bestows power, capability, and skillful means that manifest as beauty, glory, high rank, status. In later writings, Lakshmi is referred as the ruling power and as a majesty of kings and queens. In some texts, Shri is referred to as a cushion upon which the royal ones sit. And it is important for me to convey that it's a state of consciousness, right? It's an archetypal energy, and yes, this energy resides within us and also on the outside. So the mother goddess pervades the entire universe. But there are different dimensions of consciousness, and this is what the goddesses represents. As I mentioned, I mean, Durga is the one who helps us to rise to a higher dimension. Then we have Lakshmi, but Lakshmi is also referred as someone who can prevent us to move to the next state and to keep us in the world of Maya, in the world of illusion. Because when we have all this material gifts, so if you are struggling, if you are in the survival mode, you are determined to make a change, right? So you might begin on a very practical level. You might start a career or a business where you work truly hard. You make the effort to come out of poverty. You reach a certain level of success, of material abundance. And then there's a risk to become arrogant or to misuse the gifts, or to start to keep everything for yourself instead of being generous and using the resources that you have also for the well-being of others. And this is where we have the choice. Once we embody the Lakshmi qualities, once the blessings of Goddess Lakshmi flow abundantly, once we have overcome lower qualities such as inertia, complacency, laziness, where we can't manifest anything of a higher value, once we are in the Lakshmi frequency, we have then the choice to either go down again to the Muladhara chakra, where only struggle, sickness, illness, poverty exist, or we rise to the higher chakras that are represented by Goddess Saraswati. So when we rise to the higher chakras, this is where we have the wisdom. This is where we understand that we are here to realize our true self. We are not here to accumulate something for selfish reasons, but we are here truly to connect with who we are, and then to also assist with uplifting the consciousness of the planet. Saraswati has transcended the world of duality and polarity, the good and bad. She is also detached from the world. So she has the awareness, yes, in the world there's chaos, there's struggle, there's disharmony, but she resides in the higher state of consciousness, and she is also already stabilized in the higher state of consciousness. It's also a voice woman archetype, and it's not so easy to fall down. Once you are established in the Saraswati frequency, in the absolute, it is the risk is much easier than that you fall down again to the root chakra, to the Muladhara chakra. But in the Lakshmi frequency, the risk is much higher, that you get stuck in the worldly pleasure, that you start to chase the worldly pleasure or misuse the gifts. And Lakshmi resides in the celestial abode of Vaikuntha with your consort Vishnu. He is also life-preserving, life-sustaining. So this is the highest also level of existence. So there are various schools of thoughts. From one perspective, Lakshmi is also everything. She is considered the symbol of spiritual purity, good fortune, abundance, auspiciousness, and success. And she is also associated with Venus, with the planet Venus. And I'm recording this video on a Friday. So Friday is associated with the Mother Goddess as well. Like the element of water. So that's exactly why I'm sitting next to water today, from which Lakshmi is born. Lakshmi's energy requires circulation. So this means when someone, for example, has acquired a lot of material wealth, but they hoard everything, they keep everything for themselves, they don't do anything that that is helping others. This is where stagnation happens, and this is where they can lose everything. When Lakshmi is not appreciated and respected, or when she's dishonored, she simply disappears. And not appreciating Lakshmi means also, for example, when you don't take care of your physical surroundings, or when you don't look after yourselves, when you neglect your appearance, when you don't look after your diet. So Lakshmi needs attention in terms of making the effort actually to take care of everything in an orderly manner. She manifests in pure spaces that are clean, and Lakshmi is also incredibly generous. So a Lakshmi personality was someone who understands the law of generosity. So when they give generously, the universe begins to provide for them. So this is also the open heart. Because if my heart is closed, if I'm in a state of unforgiveness, if there are any grudges or resentment, I also block all the goodness. So the universe has no chance to assist me in any way. And another way how I love to connect with the Lakshmi frequency besides the mantra. So the mantra Om Shri Mahalakshmi Nama helps us to connect with the frequency of Lakshmi. And I love to use the purest essential oils to connect with the goddess Lakshmi. I have here blue lotus and Tulsi, holy basil. And I mentioned, so if Lakshmi is also amazing for women who would like to increase their self-worth, self-esteem. So this is also a beautiful goddess to connect, because when we have a healthy self-esteem, this is where we make wise choices, constructive choices, and not destructive choices. We don't feed the negative patterns of the ego. And one constructive choice, a wise choice, is just to choose wisely what we consume. Of course, in terms of food, but also the products, because everything affects our vibration, our frequency. And I have opted in for the purest essential oils that exist on the market. I've partnered with an amazing company who is doing great work in the world. And purity and quality was very important for me, because the essential oil industry is not strictly regulated. So the companies are allowed to write on the label 100% pure, organic, therapeutic, which doesn't mean anything. And Doterra, which means, by the way, gift of the earth, this comes from Latin, has invented a new industry standard. So they have raised the industry standard. And they have very strict testing, a very strict testing procedure that ensures that we enjoy the purest essential oils available without any contaminants. And Tulsi is, by the way, sourced in India. So with each bottle of oil that we use, we are also automatically assisting people in many underdeveloped countries, because many essential oils are also sourced in poorer countries. So we're truly doing amazing work. So Tulsi is associated with goddess Lakshmi. Holy basil, it's also associated with Krishna and Vishnu. So this is one of the essential oils I love to work with when I connect with Lakshmi. Blue lotus, it was a limited edition, so it was such a great fortune. I consider it as a great fortune to purchase, to order this precious essential oil. And once you have your own Doterra account, so if you are new to Doterra, you're welcome to create a Doterra account from me. I have my own ID number. Then you will never miss such amazing opportunities when we have special promotions such as the Blue Lotus. I've been now with Doterra for 4.5 years, and it was available only twice. So it's very, very rare to get our hands on such a pure essential oil. So you're very welcome to create your own Doterra account, and then I will also invite you into my private Facebook group where I do the main education. And it doesn't matter if you are based in Europe, in Australia, in Canada, in the US, the essential oils will be shipped to your home. And as soon as I see that you have created your own account, and you can also check out the link below the video, and that you can click and create your own account, place your first order. And as soon as I see that the order has been processed, that you have created your own account, I will get in touch with you, and then I can provide you more resources, how you can get out the most of your Doterra account, and also I will provide resources where you can learn more about the essential oils, of course. So that's the short summary about Goddess Lakshmi. And before we can access Goddess Lakshmi, as I mentioned, I mean, it's important that we are on a certain level of purity. And we have also amazing essential oils in Doterra and proprietary blends that can assist us with cleansing, such as the Forgive blend, the Renewing blend. So this is a great blend to work when you would love to clear the heart chakra. So when there's like any, like something like heartbreak, pain, grief, this is a beautiful essential oil to work with. Then I love to work also with essential oils such as citronella. I'm just looking if I have them now with me. Citronella, amazing for purification, or if we are outdoors like I'm now myself, it protects us from unwanted invaders, right? So it exists on the physical level and also on a subtle level, so the lower energies. Lemongrass, amazing for purification. Tea tree, and of course we have proprietary blends that are so amazing, such as Purify blend of Zendocrine. Zendocrine can be also taken internally, so you can read this on the bottle. It is labeled, in Europe it is labeled food flavoring, so in other countries it may be labeled in a different way. And your own Doterra account provides also access to wholesale prices, so you get them, you receive them 25% below the wholesale price, and you have then also the opportunity to receive also an additional discount that I will tell you more about once you create your own Doterra account. So it's important that we do everything in the right way, or ethical way, right? So that's why I advise, don't purchase the oil somewhere from a source that is not directly Doterra, because we are doing this amazing work, each wellness advocate and also Doterra as a company, to uplift the consciousness of the planet. So our mission is to improve the life quality of with each drop of an oil of one person at a time, one family at a time, one community at a time. So we have something that's called co-impact sourcing and Healing Hands Foundation. So where we truly do a lot of good works in the world. And then I would love also to say a few words about Saraswati, because Lakshmi is well known also in the West. So everyone loves Lakshmi, everyone loves beauty, everyone wants to align with abundance. So here's a beautiful oracle card, and the message is a bright future. So everyone wants to have a bright future. And not so many know the goddess Saraswati, and I would love to read something about goddess Saraswati. She is the goddess of speech, arts, music, knowledge, and mind power. So when our mind is clear, when our third eye is open, we can see through the illusion. So we are not identified with the past, we are not identified with the future. We understand that we create our future with the awareness that we have and with the decisions that we make. And she's also called Vakdevi, the goddess of speech and sound. Saraswati Devi revealed language to man. And goddess Saraswati is depicted as a beautiful woman dressed in pure white, representing purity. She sits on a white swan, symbolizing knowledge and truth. Her four hands holding a veena, through the strings of which flows all creativity and art, and a book symbolizing the Vedas, the original source of all knowledge. The mala represents power of meditation and a pot of sacred water having rejuvenative and purifying powers. And what also comes now to me is that goddess Lakshmi is the goddess that can assist you to become aware of your spiritual gifts, or to activate your spiritual gifts, because the majority is aware of the worldly gifts, but not so many know what the spiritual gifts are. And I have been doing myself Soulplan readings since 2013, so I've done hundreds of Soulplan readings where I also assist my clients to connect with the spiritual gifts, to activate the spiritual gifts, or at least to become aware of the spiritual gifts. So if you are interested to book such a Soulplan reading, you can find more information on my website. It's www.erica-inspiration.com, Erica with K, and you can also find the information how to order the essential oils. You can find the link with my Doterra ID on my website. And of course, if you have already experience with the goddesses, if you are working already with them, or if there is another essential oil that you would love to mention that you are associated with goddess Lakshmi, I'm excited to hear from you. I also work with rose essential oil to connect with Lakshmi, and one of my Doterra customers mentioned that for her Ilang Ilang is the essential oil that she personally associates with goddess Lakshmi. So thank you so much for tuning in, and we can chant at the end of the video the Lakshmi mantra 3 times to connect with your frequency. And we do this by initially evoking Lord Ganesh, the remover of obstacles. So for those who are also new to Lord Ganesh is the inspiration behind all creative pursuits, and he is bestower of imagination, divine intelligence, clarity, and he helps us to overcome obstacles. So I will chant the Lord Ganesh and then 3 times the Lakshmi mantra. And you can envision initially the form of Lord Ganesh in your third eye, and then the beautiful goddess Lakshmi. Om Shri Gam Ganapataye Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. Om Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. May the goddess bestow you with everything that is beautiful, everything that is noble, and with the highest form of abundance that will increase your life quality, your inner satisfaction, and bring a lot of happiness to everyone who comes in touch with you.